All right, today we're going to embark on a sonic journey through Mexico. This is a country whose identity is just woven from countless melodies. We're going to explore the key sounds that really make up this incredible musical landscape, everything from the big national symbols to the pulse of the modern streets. Our source material kicks off with this really beautiful idea. Mexico is a living symphony. And honestly, it's the perfect metaphor. This isn't just about music, it's about a culture where every region, every piece of history, and every single emotion has its own unique melody. So this is a story of identity, told through sound. So where do we even begin with a symphony this big? Well, we'll start with the genres that have become global ambassadors for Mexican culture. You know, the sounds you hear and you immediately think, that's Mexico. First up, we've got the foundational pillars. You've got mariachi, of course, that iconic ensemble sound that's recognized all over the world. Then there's ranchera, which is like the powerful, emotional soul of the country put into a song. And finally, the jarabe tapatio, what a lot of us know as the Mexican hat dance, which is actually the nation's official dance. You know, this slide clears up something people get confused about all the time. Think of it this way. Mariachi is the ensemble, the group, right? With the trumpets and violins, hailing from Jalisco. But ranchera? That's the song style itself. It's the powerful, lyrical storytelling about love, pride, and heartbreak, sung by absolute legends like Vicente Fernandez. So one's the band, the other's the ballad. Okay, so from those big national symbols, let's zoom in a bit. Our source really emphasizes that every single region in Mexico has its own unique musical heartbeat. And when you put them all together, they create this incredibly complex and fascinating sonic map. And this map really brings that to life. Over in the east, in Veracruz, you've got the super lively son jarocho. Head north, and you're going to hear that accordion-driven pulse of norteño. And then over on the Pacific coast, the massive brass sound of banda from Sinaloa just completely takes over. Each sound is a direct reflection of its home turf. And this right here, this is a brilliant illustration of the country's mixed heritage. Son jarocho isn't just one thing. It's a total fusion. You can literally hear the indigenous, African, and Spanish influences all weaving together, creating a sound that is just uniquely Mexican, born from the history of Veracruz. The sonic diversity really comes alive when you look at the instruments themselves. I mean, the accordion is the absolute heart of norteño music. The huge sound of a banda is totally defined by its powerful brass and percussion. And then you have the ancient ceremonial drums and flutes of traditional indigenous music, which connect us way back to the country's ancestral roots. Okay, so we've covered identity and we've covered region. Now let's talk about the music that fuels the fiesta. I'm talking about the genres that are absolutely guaranteed to get people up and dancing all across the country. This is basically the soundtrack to any good party in Mexico. You've got cumbia, which was actually a Colombian import that Mexico just completely made its own. Then there are the beautiful wooden melodies of the marimba, which is super popular in the South. And for a more modern touch, you've got techno banda, infusing the whole celebration with this digital energy. Every single one is designed to get people moving. You know, the story of Danzón is just fascinating. It arrives from Cuba, right? It lands in the port of Veracruz, and the culture just embraces it so completely that it transforms into this uniquely Mexican tradition of elegant, slow-stepping ballroom dancing. It's a perfect example of how music travels and finds a brand new home. Okay, so from the rhythm of the feet, we're now going to turn to the rhythm of the heart. This next group of genres is all about the narrative, the poetry, and the really powerful emotions that are conveyed through the lyrics. In these songs, the story is king. The big one here is the corrido, which tells these epic tales of heroes and historical events. But this category also includes those amazing romantic serenades like the bolero ranchero, and even the poetic social commentary you'll find in trova. So this is the crucial thing to get about the corrido. It's more than just a song. It's really a form of musical journalism. For generations, this was how news and legends traveled. It was a way to preserve history and celebrate folk heroes, all set to a guitar. So how do you get the bolero ranchero? Well, this slide makes it super simple. You take the intimate, romantic poetry of the bolero and you combine it with the raw passion and grand emotion of the ranchera. And the result? One of the most romantic sounds in all of Mexican music. So we've journeyed through tradition, through region, through emotion. For our final section, let's bring it right into the modern era and take a look at how global sounds have shaped and been shaped by Mexico today. This is the sound of contemporary Mexico. You've got these massive pop Latino stars, a legendary rock scene that's been evolving for decades, and a booming reggaeton movement that's infusing that global urban sound with a really distinct Mexican identity. In pop, for example, you just can't overstate the influence of a titan like Luis Miguel. While in the world of rock, you have pioneers like El Tri and Café Tacuba who carved out a completely unique space. And today, you've got artists like Balakath and Ying Lucas who are at the very forefront of the reggaeton Mexicano movement. It just goes to show how these global sounds keep evolving with a distinctly Mexican identity. And that brings us to our grand finale, the genre that is absolutely defining this current moment. It's not just pop and it's not just regional, it's a fusion. It perfectly reflects the Mexico of today, globalized, modern, but still so deeply connected to its roots. This slide basically shows you the exact recipe for today's biggest sound. It takes that instrumental tradition of mariachi, borrows the incredible narrative power of the corrido, and then blends them with modern hip-hop rhythms and pop super catchy hooks. It's the past and the present, all meeting in a single song. We'll end with another beautiful sentiment from our source material. Where there's a Mexican, there's music and heart. It's just the perfect summary, isn't it? This vast symphony of sounds isn't just entertainment. It's an essential part of the soul of the people. And so, that leaves us with a final thought. If Mexico truly is a living symphony, something that's constantly evolving and creating, it really makes you wonder, right? What new sounds are being written at this very moment? What's going to be the next note in this incredible, ever-changing musical story?